Yo, TG, turn it up.
All right, everybody. How's
Hello.
everybody doing? So we got a really cool show for everybody today. Got Spaceman Grown. We got my new co-host, is 10-8 for camping, and Canna Elisa, who we can hopefully get as another co-host, was gracious enough to be a part of it today. But we do have the guest of honor. Spaceman, you want to go ahead and give yourself a little introduction before we get into today's show, just for the people who have been living under a rock and don't know who you are?
What's up, everybody? Just Spaceman Grown, Dave. Been growing for 4 years already, crazy enough. Started taking pictures. I've always been in photography and video. Started taking pictures with backgrounds like tapestries and shit, because our basement, which is what the name came from, is literally lined with tapestries. So I just started grabbing things from the wall. Then, like sort of really noisy, not that great photos, but it sort of started like to where like one of those photos got into a calendar, and I was like, if I'm like just randomly taking these photos and like it got into a calendar, I should probably try a little bit, So then, slowly but surely.
That's actually kind of funny, because both of us were doing like the Fast Buds tester thing. I think that's actually how me and you kind of got acquainted.
I think that's how we started talking.
I forget how exactly, but I do know for a fact you were the one that taught me how to do the black background tech, or whatever you want to call that. So the purpose of today's show, I really kind of want to do, like, this isn't going to be your normal cannabis podcast. It does have the cannabis aspect, but I kind of want to cover like the photography thing. So today is Cannabis Photography 101. And I really can't think of a better person than the person who taught me not only how to do the black background tech, but also a lot of other tips and tricks with like the ring light and some of the other stuff you put me on.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of just doing it wrong and figuring it out, just doing with what I had. This is what I got. How am I going to make it work? And
I do think that's actually the other interesting aspect to this, because I'm going to go ahead and drop a link on the bottom of the screen here to Spaceman's IG, just so you guys can kind of check out to see what we're talking about a little bit better. I don't want to get this age restricted, so I'm not going to show flower on the show, but check out this Instagram link below so you can see just what a dope grower this guy is.
And I post way too much, so dig deep, because there's way too many photos on there.
But here's the other thing at the same time. Let's give them full disclosure for the stuff that you're looking at from this link down at the bottom of the screen. How much did you spend on your camera? Is that like a $7,000 camera?
Every photo on Spaceman Grown has been an iPhone. Every single shot. Yeah, I don't think I posted. I mean, I have a DSLR and I do take photos with that. I don't think that I have posted anything from that though.
I guess like what we're trying to say is it's not necessary. It could be the phone that people already have in their pocket. You know what I mean?
There are differences. Yes, there are differences and there are disadvantages. But the advantages for me and what I was trying to do, I just came to terms with it. At first, it was like I'll eventually need, and I still, like I said, I still use my DSLR, and I will use it more eventually. But it was like I thought that was the path. But just trying to post on Instagram, and just you're able to take the photo, edit the photo, post a photo, all in the one device. Like that, the time savings. Like if you're trying to do shit every day, like I don't have none of that fancy like where I'd have like a Wi-Fi transferring from my a laptop to my phone yet, so like until something like that happens, like it's a process to use my DSLR, and that's some first world lazy
Yeah.
shit. But if you're trying to do it every day,
First world
and a lot of
problems.
them, if you've seen how many photos I take, the phone just seemed to be the thing that made sense, and I was able to get it to where I'm 99%, 95% happy with the quality.
Hell yeah.
Do you sorry, do you take pictures of like landscape, like other things other
Well,
than, plants that we all
well,
love?
I mean, my kids and anywhere I'm at, I love to take photos. I've always been into just taking photos, and I'm also a videographer. I've used to do a lot of local bands. I did a cool little thing with Anthrax. Actually, it's called Bits of Worship. If you go on YouTube and look up
Oh,
Bits of
wow.
Worship, it was a cool little Anthrax thing I did with them in the studio. So I've done
Wow.
bands and stuff like that, but so just always naturally just always had a visual
The eye.
thing,
So
Yeah,
you're
that eye.
basically a
Visual eye, yeah.
photographer that just happens to grow weed.
Basically, and it all just
Yeah.
came together, which is pretty badass. Because I never would have expected to be growing weed, so to be taking
Hell yeah.
pictures of them and to see, like, I found my old stash of high times and all the photos that I drooled over when I was 16, and to see the stuff you're
Well, my
doing now is
shit looks
better than
better
like
than
the
that.
whole. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
like, well, they weren't
My
able to
auto
obviously,
flowers look better than that. What the
Yeah,
hell
for
is
real,
this?
it's wild. But obviously times are different. I can't fault them. They were smacking for that time, but for now, you're like, damn, I was drooling over these. Like that's pretty sweet. What we can do now with what I'm using every day in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice too because it's right at your fingertips. So it's like
Oh,
if you
dude,
get inspiration for something, you can just edit real
yep.
quick and then
You
go
can,
back to it if
yeah,
you need to.
right away, and it's there, and that's the problem about the DSLR photos too, is that this what would you say, this set of photos, I got like all of my archive there. It's right here. I don't have to go and look and then transfer. Like it's there, like you said, if you have a moment of like, holy shit, I want to do this, you can go do
Yeah.
that. And with all these crazy apps, like we were talking about CapCut and just some of the stuff with like photo montages you can do now, it's like, it's insane, dude. You can take
Yeah.
one photo and animate or just put some crazy trippy thing on it, and now it's like a reel, because Instagram loves
Right.
the reels versus the photos.
But here,
Yeah.
let's start from the beginning. So do you want to start us off like basically explain it to me like I don't know anything. Like start from the beginning
Yeah.
and let's go step by step.
So are
Just
we talking
so
how to
some
take
of
a
the
good
folks.
photo with your phone? Is that what we're talking about?
I would say it would start with the photo. So we got to start, you know what I mean? We got our phone, check. We got our plants, check.
Yeah.
Do you have
Where
an
do we
iPhone,
start
Alicia?
off?
So
And
I'm using
then,
an iPhone, and I've used down to an iPhone 8, and it was all great. And I've had an 11 Pro, a 13 Pro now, and the battery's starting to really suck because I'm connected to a damn block right here because it wouldn't make it otherwise. So soon, whatever this newest one is, hopefully they got a badass camera on it, will be the next one. But so phone, plant, obviously,
Mhm.
and here's the other thing. I need my plants to be beautiful in order to have beautiful photos. So you sort of
Right.
you gotta like keep
Yeah.
yourself in check.
Yeah.
Like you fuck up
Cha-ching.
there, you can't make the photos. Like there's times I'm like, oh man, now I gotta like chop off those leaves. Like I'm like,
Do a
that just
little
messed up the whole
defoliation,
feng
Yeah.
put a little
shui
bit
of
of
my.
lipstick on that pig.
For
More
real, you
CalMag.
gotta like CalMag, man, they fix it all. But yeah, you like find that you are keeping yourself in check with the grow because that will impact all your photos down the line. So yeah, so photos, phone, plant, good, healthy, beautiful plant, ideally. I like to use a black background. Like I said, I started with random noisy tapestries. It's really hard to get the plant to pop over that. While you can get some really cool photos, and if you light it properly, you can get even better, but there's something about like the black.
What do
Once I
you
started getting
use
the
for
black over
lighting,
it,
Spaceman?
I use a just I've gotten it for $60. Like it's a Facebook ad that pops up for like $60. It's an 18-inch New Air ring light that I found is brighter than any other. I've had other ones, different brands, more expensive ones.
Yeah.
This freaking 18-inch thing, it is sort of a ghetto light, but it blasts it. And I think for what I'm doing, that the blast of light is sort of needed, because I've tried duplicating with less light, and I can't get the same pop. So this light just has been. I'm on my second one, and probably gonna need a third one soon, unless I can find something. I just like it because I basically hold it in my hand.
So I got the ring light tip from you, but I kind of ran with it for some of the black background stuff I've been doing. I like using a tactical flashlight.
Oh, that will
on those
too,
you can
those are bright
do
as
the
fuck,
lens. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Those are bright.
Like
Come up
LED
against
now.
one of those in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but the whole key is getting it bright enough, especially for the black background, is getting it bright enough without lighting up the black too much. Because what's going to happen in post is you're going to pull everything down. You're going to pull the blacks down, but you don't want to pull too much of the plant down. So you want that black to black out while the plant is still popping.
So what you're talking about now, that's kind of more from like the Lightroom app, right?
Well,
so
it's
now,
a combination, because the light has to be hit first, So you got to, like I said, the key is to get that light in the right place at the right angle. And that's why I find I use it in my hand, because you can watch it in real time.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a great thing to do too, is just to do that, just to see what's happening, like just to look at it. And then, even go crazy, like freaking hold it and do like what do they call that? A burst. Do a burst and go back and look. Be like, I like the light from that. Because honestly, dude, I think that's what I love the most, is I just go crazy. I just, I go above, I go from below, from the left and right, straight on. But the key is getting it lit and not letting the background be too lit. Because if you can't pull the blacks down, I've had some times where it looks okay, where it still looks grayish and it's okay. But usually it just looks like you fucked up. It looks like you didn't do it right. So
like,
yeah,
oops, I shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, and in the beginning, like half of them, I would shoot for an hour, and then I'd get to whatever I was doing. I used to just use the iPhone app, and I couldn't get the blacks down, and they were like garbage, like an hour or two just wasted.
When you're saying get the blacks down, that's like where you're
pull
literally
there's a black
the camera,
slider.
and click on it. There's like a sun icon, and you drag it down.
On the
iPhone
talk about the same thing. I guess that's another important thing. I use Halide. Yeah. You could also use Lightroom. Lightroom has a camera app. The key, and if you're using the iPhone app, what you just said is key. It's just not as accurate, and iPhone doesn't give you control over color space.
Right.
And I found it doesn't hold the like if you use auto on your iPhone, which is automatically auto, you can't have the same photo every time. It's gonna be different sometimes, even with the same light. So I use Halide. Like I said, you use any manual app. The key is setting the white balance, locking in the exposure, and I got like the settings that are perfect for my light. And like for me, it's like minus 2.0 usually.
Right.
So
we're actually gonna cut though. Well, not necessarily cut. We'll keep talking, but let's go ahead and show on the screen just so people kind of get like a little bit better visual of what you're talking about. Yeah, with some of the halide.
Yeah.
So what are some of the controls here? We're like sliding them over.
Yeah. So with Halide, first thing I do is set white balance. I know my light is 5500K. It doesn't give me like exacts, but it gives me a daylight, which is 5600K. So I lock that in. And then I will, just set my focus. You can do that manually too, but a lot of the times I go back and forth between manual and auto. Lock in your focus, and then I pull down the exposure. It's a generic exposure. It's pulling it all down because the iPhone has a set aperture. You can't like change the aperture. You're basically just changing all these other settings that the camera app is allowing you to lower it, but whatever it's doing, that's on it. It's doing it however it's doing it.
And with the iPhone, it's not always the same picture you're looking at. You see what I mean? It's not always the same. Like, so if you're looking at the camera and you're trying to basically like take your picture, you think you got the lighting right, but then you click the take the picture button. Sometimes it changes when it goes in the gallery.
It'll change lenses. I
Yeah.
love my iPhone. I love Apple. They do some great shit. They do some stupid shit. I wish I could turn off all of that, but that's why we have Halide or Lightroom. You literally you're locking it down.
I'm gonna give a slight tip as well, and this is just kind of something that I found like messing around. Basically, if rather than take a picture, you go to like your video camera,
If you
and
got it 4K at least,
instead of hitting record, you screenshot the video view.
Yeah,
And
no,
it'll
that's
actually stay the same color.
Yeah,
Huh.
no, I use
I
that.
never
for
thought
random
about
shit,
that.
too.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
you got to use the
crazy.
tools at your disposal, dude. We got all this crazy. That's how I use those little
Yeah, you know,
microscopes.
I mean, I'm
Hey,
really not
that's cool.
a photography guy, but that's something that I found
That's
just kind of
smart.
like messing around on
That's
accident.
smart, dude. But yeah, those little digital microscopes that are a bitch to use. You get those steady enough and just do the video, and then go through and take screenshots instead of having to hit the button and it moves every time.
Right.
Make
It's
video
so
and then go through.
frustrating. It's like a
Oh,
kick in the
There's
yeah.
even an
balls.
app. I forgot what it's called, and I can tell you can link it if you want. It is super dope because it will go frame by
For
frame.
all the
allow you to
stuff we're talking
screenshot.
about
My
today,
phone
I'm
does
gonna
that.
put it
I
in the
got the
description for you
S24.
guys for the apps.
Nice. Yeah, no,
See,
that's a huge function.
like my phone, the Galaxy S24, the newer one, notebook with the pen, all that jazz, whatever. It's got all these crazy functions, and I could not figure out how to do that black background like you guys were doing. But my girlfriend, she has an iPhone. I forget what version, not the newer one, and she took the most amazing photo holding nugs up and stuff like that after
That's
my
how I got
harvest.
sold off of
It's
Samsung
all
Galaxy.
of
It used to be Samsung or nothing.
the programming in these phones, dude. You
Yeah.
have to do the same thing we're doing and find an app that's separate
Yeah,
that will allow
that's
you
what
to
I
lock.
think.
You got to lock
Okay.
the white balance. You got to lock the exposure. And at that point, you can start taking your pictures because it's not jumping all over the place. And you may need
Yeah.
to adjust it a little bit,
Yeah.
So I just change light angles and this and that, and then once you get it right, like I know the brightest that my black background can be that will still black out. I mean, I still miss it sometimes, but for the most part, I know that I can brighten it this much and it will still black out completely.
Or
And
it's
then
like I use a curtain, and every once in a while, the one thing I
you can
struggle
catch a
with,
little something.
no, since it's not solid.
You get
However, I got the curtain; it'll have wrinkles in it. So
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
I can black it out good, but
Okay.
it'll still catch that wrinkle
Yeah.
because it's
I
not
use just a plain
flat.
black sheet, a flat black sheet, and that's honestly like it's my setup is pretty damn ghetto. Like it's right. I got a
Yeah.
desk and I got my tent, and then I
If
have
people only
a.
knew the workarounds that you
Oh,
can
dude.
find, because
Dude,
like
you
some
gotta
of the
use what you
shit we
got,
do
man.
behind the scenes is like
Use what you
jinky,
got,
but it
dude.
just comes out.
I'm using a wardrobe rack. You know those racks you put your
Yeah.
wheel
Yeah,
rack,
yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a black sheet just ripped like attached to it. I got like little wire that's holding it on there, and then I got another sheet that's along my tent going down because I'm literally in like a little tunnel in between my tent and a desk. And then I have black sheet down low on the side. So basically, I'm almost creating like a black box.
Yeah.
And
With the
like I said,
last
it's
You
time
could.
super
I
ghetto,
did
but
Hey.
it
it,
works.
I
I can
took
get
my
the above shots
curtain
and shit.
and threw it over the closet in the bathroom door and closed the doors.
Yeah. Look, like what Alicia
Oh,
has.
hot.
Like, if she uses her little background, it probably like folds like around her,
Yeah.
and she could
Yeah.
take like
Yeah.
a blackout sheet from Walmart and drape it over that and
exactly.
just pin it real tight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then set her
But it
plant
doesn't even
on
have
like
to
a
be
lazy.
pinned, honestly.
That's
It
a
doesn't
Or
good
have to
that,
be
idea.
yeah,
pinned.
I didn't even think of
yeah,
that.
yeah. You can make
You can
some,
get
yeah,
No,
you can get a
if it's
nice
flat enough
thick.
like material and you
Yeah.
are able to fully black it out, dude, like I'll have sometimes where I'll because I use auto pots, so I gotta take my plants out, so sometimes they'll be dripping, so
yeah,
it'll drip as I'm putting them over the thing, and you can see the water spots on there. But the second it is blacked out, you can't see the
Yeah,
wrinkles or the
right.
water spots. So it's just the
You
key, as
can
long as you
get
can get it
a
blacked out,
really
it doesn't have to be
nice
perfect. Yeah.
thick black curtain on Amazon for somewhere between like $12 and $80. It's like the China knockoff store.
Or just go to
It's like a $20 buy, maybe
yeah, or
$30
you can
at
just
the
go
most.
to
You want to get something a little fancy.
thrift store and just get the black flat sheet, or just buy a black flat sheet from Walmart. That's probably
Yeah.
like $10.
Yeah, like the blackout
Yeah,
sheet.
because
$16.
it's you know really because you honestly you may want a couple because like for me,
Yep.
those above shots are some of the harder shots that took me a while to like get down, but I have to have
How do
the,
you
the
do
sheet
that?
the sheet has to go far enough under. So
Oh, and you
then
just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
sometimes I gotta draw in the corners, you know. Again, as long as you're blacking out perfectly, you can draw in the corners. I have
really.
sometimes little black specks or little pieces of
I'm
perlite
learning
that
some
fall.
stuff right now myself.
Yeah, so you can as long as you're blacked out, you can color over any mess ups black. Like any
Yeah.
corners that I have, I can just go in there and just color that black in markup on my iPhone. And as long
wow.
as it blacked out. Now, if it didn't black out, you'll see it. But if it's black, it's black. So you can
Yeah.
color right over it, you know.
I use
How
my
do you
pretty
do
wild.
some of that video editing stuff that you do, Alicia?
I'm sorry, what? I missed that.
Oh, like some of the video editing stuff. I know you said you had like at Android, so we've kind of been having like
Yeah.
the
Team
iPhone
Android.
conversation
iPhone
so
versus
far.
Android.
So I want nobody to feel left out in the community. Like
Yeah, because
what's
I'm an
some of
Android
the video
user.
editing stuff that you use?
Literally, it's just in my phone. I have a Samsung, so I'll take the pictures, but I don't even. The lights are. I don't really adjust it. I kind of adjust it after the fact, so I'll make it a little brighter or take it down because I'm shooting, like literally shooting in my tent, in the tent with the lights on, so it's still
Yeah.
bright already. I just kind of have to work with that. So then I'll do that within the phone, similar. But I've never done the black sheet. I mean, it sounds like a good idea though. You could do that.
Yeah.
Watch,
I
she's
did it.
gonna try it now. She's
Dude,
gonna,
it's
she's gonna be.
addicting. Like
Yeah,
it's addicting.
Well,
You
that
got to
was
use the
it.
iPhone though, like, cause my girlfriend, she has the iPhone, and
Yeah, I
she
used to
used,
say
I
that.
think it was Studio or it was Concert. She used like the
That's what I've
setting,
heard of that.
yeah, and then it
Oh,
just,
the setting. Okay.
yeah, and it made everything, and then she held it in front of my tent like a nug, and then my tent's black, you know, the AC Infinity tent, and it looked just like a complete blackness, like, but I couldn't do that on my Samsung phone.
You just download, like I said,
Yeah.
download Lightroom. Lightroom has a free camera app, or pay Halide.
Okay.
Halide is great. I don't know, it's like $12 a year.
Yeah.
I only use it because I've been using it and I'm comfortable with it. But Lightroom has all the same controls. Your main thing that you're having an issue with is that it's trying to automatically brighten the whole scene, and you stick that black background at it, and it's like, no, must be brighter.
Yeah.
So like that's your phone trying to do too much. You got to lock that shit
Yeah.
off and be like, nope, I'm gonna tell you what to do, phone.
Oh,
That's key. So your phone will do it, and your phone can probably do a really great job at it, dude. Any device
Just
that's
get it.
within the last 5 years kicks ass, dude. The worst.
Do you
cheapest
know,
little
is
device still gonna
Halide
do
and
great.
Lightroom available for Android as well, or is that exclusively
Lightroom is definitely
iPhone
available
thing?
for Android, I would guess.
It is.
Halide,
free
I would
one.
guess. That's Adobe. Yeah, that's Adobe.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah,
guess.
sure.
Or you can just Google just Google manual camera app. Manual camera. And see what the best ones are, you know. You'll
Have
find
you ever
something that'll
tried
help you
it
out.
from an Android, or have you
I
always
haven't,
just
no.
gone?
I've only had an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never had. I mean, I have Android like tablets and shit, but I've never tried to take
Yeah.
like. A
I actually
picture
like
with
to
it.
do my video editing. Like this thing you guys are watching right now got shot from laptop, but this is going to go to my A7 tablet for all the post production.
What do you use it on there?
I don't even know the name of
Just
it.
whatever was on it?
I think it's called UCut. I could be wrong, but I think it's called UCut. It's a free app, but it does everything I need it to do. If you guys have ever seen my content, and there's like the little smoke effects cut in. I like to edit in glitches just throughout stuff, especially around like transition effects. So I'll put like an old school like VHS, like how you remember how the videotapes used to fuck up.
Hey, Kana, Alicia, like, hey, y'all got some talent with these videos I've been seeing you drop. Like, it's so cool.
She just did one for me. I was so amazed.
Yeah,
I was
too.
blown away.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
like
much,
that.
by the way.
Yeah,
You're welcome. After all the
All
editing's
hail,
done,
Alicia.
I'll dump it.
We are not worthy, ma'am. We're so lucky
Stop
to have
it.
you on the
Get out.
podcast.
No, but everything else is done in CapCut after I've edited it on the phone. Then I just like it all basically because I have to pick a song. I'll put it in my order, but
That's
then
the
I do all
hardest
the
part.
effects based on
Picking
the song.
the song is the hardest part for
Yeah.
everything.
Big shout out to my boy
Picking the
taking
song.
tops, by the way. These
Taking
rosin
tops.
pens, there's definitely something to be said about them.
Damn.
CapCut makes those real possible for me, at least.
Maybe I need to get over to CapCut. I'm a little
CapCut
behind.
is
I need to get
badass.
over there.
I
CapCut
just
has
got it
so
like
many
2 weeks
crazy
ago. I just got it like
features,
2 weeks ago.
It'll cut
Wow.
shit out. It'll do the
Yeah, you
voice on screen. It'll do like if you want to like have it do your subtitles or your on screen stuff. It'll do that. It'll transcribe, dude.
Wow.
It's awesome. And like I said, it will cut out. I mean, you've probably been seeing a lot of Instagram reels recently of people just over stuff. They've been doing it on TikTok for a while, but you're seeing it more.
I've been
People
making
are just running
those.
over and behind. Yeah, because you just
I just did. I don't know. I guess I've been trying to do like some of like the little viral like memes or whatever you call them. But like I had the Hawk 2 girl and it looked like she was spitting on my logo.
Oh my god!
I just did something for taking tops. Actually, that was pretty cool.
Dude, we sell the pre-roll at my work. It's from PPS.
It's like the Beetlejuice one. Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm just hanging around.
So we got a pre-roll, or we got a strain called the Great Hutta, or like Hutta. And like the day after I found the Haktua girl, this dude, dude comes in and asks for it, and I just busted out laughing. I'm like, oh my god! And then that pre-roll sold out in a few days. I had an old lady coming, and she's like, already?
I want some of that hot too.
Like, on that thing. This is not related, but yeah, the Great Haktua sold out like immediately after the video. Like, I wish we could.
Dude, all of a sudden, my whole news feed was Hawk 2, and I'm like, how do you pronounce it? I'm like, am I really that old? Am I really that old?
Now
that I
she's
gotta
traveling
Google,
New
like,
York.
I had to Google it. Like, what
is
a Hawk
man.
2?
Yeah, don't follow her. It's gonna pop up everywhere even more. Oh my god.
No.
It was cool. It was funny as hell when it happened, though. I mean, that shit was funny.
I don't support.
She just got spotted out with Shaq. I saw that in recent news.
Crazy.
She was smart, though. She was smart. You cannot lose that viral moment, dude. You get that moment. I don't care if it's about spitting on some dude's thing or not.
Yeah.
You freaking capitalize and run with it. And she
forget about you.
Yeah. She's doing it, dude. That's what you got to do. Get your money while you can, because otherwise you're not going to.
You can't knock a hustle. Cortez and me were talking the other day. I was like, yo, I'm sweating my balls off out here. It's freaking, the humidity feels like I'm swimming while I'm walking through the air here in Virginia. I was just like, what the hell? You know? And he was like, he said, well, you know, girls are out there selling their farts in a jar. And he said something about it. I was like, so keep on trucking, bud. I mean, hey.
Meanwhile, I was inside of a building that was 110 degrees inside, like 100% humidity.
That's crazy shit, dude.
Swamp nuts are real.
Yeah.
Invest in that gold bond. It's like deodorant.
No, you just got to get some baby powder from Walmart.
No, I'm telling you, I used to do that. I used to do that. This is a pre-emergent. This is
So you got to do both. You got to do the powder and the
no. This is
a little
before.
Bit of baby powder.
This is
you just
before.
It out. You do one of these.
No more hiking legs back. And someone walks me and catches me in the awkward moment. No more of that. Done.
Oh, I don't even care. People walk up there like, what are you doing? Oh, me? I'm just hanging around.
No more.
I don't care.
You do it. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. It's Gold Bond. It looks like a little sticky deodorant. You can put it on your thighs, whatever, and no more baby powder in the evening. So
no more baby powder in the evening.
Just letting
No, I
y'all
do it
fellas know
before
out there.
work. It's more of a prophylactic measure. That way it's not getting like stuck to my thigh.
Sorry, we
You
got
just
a little
add,
off
you do your
topic.
deodorant up here, and then your deodorant.
Oh my gosh, there's like this stuff.
A little hook over in the morning, still drunk. Oh yeah. No.
Follow Distent for more bathroom hacks.
Yeah.
Follow me for more life hacks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, shit.
Sorry about
Jesus
that.
Christ.
All right. What were we saying? Black backgrounds.
But
Alicia's over there and she's like, what type of sausage party did I just agree to?
Yeah. You got to wrangle us together. Sorry, Alicia.
Right.
You got to get us boys in the line.
yeah.
You just got to crack the whip. That's all.
So what have you been working on, Spaceman? Like lately, do you got any big projects or anything coming up?
I am wrapping up this run right now, which has been pretty freaking awesome, dude. I got a Newbie Nugs Hawaiian Grapes, which is, dude, she's just been perfect, man. She's been praying. I haven't had a plant pray like the whole time, dude. She's just like,
hello,
dude, nonstop, dude. Beautiful, gorgeous. Got some purple. Stretch got perfect. Kept up with her super huge sisters in the tent. I got 2 monsters, and then her that kept up with them, and then I got one little mini, but she is frosty as hell. But 2 of them are from Goat Genetics. They're Goat and Newbie are both Illinois breeders.
I just started talking to
Goat's
Goat
badass,
Genetics.
dude.
Big shout out. What's his name?
Goat is
Like
he's
Vincent Goat?
Genetics.
No, it's just Goat Genetics is
I'm thinking of his Instagram. I was actually just talking to him.
I think it's just Goat. There may be another another page.
I'm gonna go out to that Goat Cup that's coming up. That's actually
I'm gonna be entering one of those 3 I just talked about. So you
should
no
shit.
Definitely go.
I'm gonna go. Sure like I actually already tapped in with that breeder, Goat Genetics, and I will be out there. I think it's October 20. I don't get space. But it's October 27th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You can always link it
like
too. Yeah, if it's wrong, you can link it.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be.
I'll get back to you. I'll put that down in the description for the Goat Cup if anyone in the Chicagoland area wanted to check that out.
And if you're in Illinois or wherever, dude, Goat stuff's badass. Newbie Nugs badass. And then I also got this Permanent Midnight, which is I've never grown anything from James Loud, but it's from James Loud. It came with. I ordered that book, that breeding Bible he came out with.
James Loud is the Freddy Krueger of my adult years. Like, you can ask my wife. I wake up in like fucking dry sweat. She thinks something's wrong with me. And she's like, babe, what's wrong? What were you dreaming about? James fucking Loud's open pollination video. Leave me alone.
God. That's hilarious.
Hey, man. I want to try that. He's got some strain called Italian Apple or something. It looked crazy. I always wanted to try.
Yeah, I hadn't really followed him too much until I heard about that book, and then they had a deal where it was like $20 more, and you picked a 5-pack of his seeds. I'm like, why not? You know,
why not?
I got this permanent marker times double cherry or some shit, cherry gelato or something. Yeah, it sounds good. It's actually very purple. It's the beast, and it's purple. It's gonna be badass. I'm probably chopping this week when I get home. Probably could have chopped, but just gotta try to get them all on the same page here because I don't have room to dry them separately.
Yeah. What are the terps on her? What is she smelling like?
The permanent midnight dry. It happens to the best of us.
Not too crazy, man. Maybe a tiny little bit of fruitiness to her. Not really too skunky on her at all. But I also got some that are a little bit over stinky, like that Hawaiian Grapes. I think is doing the bulk of the scents coming out of that room. Every time I go near her and like jostle her around a little bit, I'm like, and I think I'm sure you guys probably feel the same. Like when they name them like that, my brain automatically thinks grapes. I don't know if it's grapes. It seems like it's grapes. It's probably not, but in my brain,
it's probably really some type of fucking tangy cross with that fucking.
No, it's truffle.
Stop that. you guys know who I'm talking to. Stop putting that orange in everything. Thank you, community.
Orgasm? Or there are other oranges. There's a whole bunch of oranges that have been all over
oranges
the
in
place.
everything.
Yeah.
It's like you can't escape it right now,
have
and it's a
oranges
trend.
than the
I don't care
gelatos.
for it.
Yeah, well, it's better than the gelatos and what's seemingly like, even though I'm growing a permanent marker cross, I've noticed so many permanent marker crosses the last like couple months like it's just everybody
That'll be
jumped
the
on
next
that.
big
That's the new,
thing, but
that is seemingly
hopefully
it's
the
supposed to be
permanent
badass.
marker just puts the orange thing to bed because
The orange thing to
I
bed.
was over it the first time I tried it.
What Alicia, what do you like to grow? What's your favorite profile you look for? Do you look for that funkiness? Do you look for the fruit? Do you look for the citrus? You know,
A little bit of
I
everything.
like a fruity. Yeah. I mean, like gas too, but I like the
Gas?
fruity because it's just like it gives you
fruity.
The fruity
something.
ones are trippy,
Yeah,
man.
fruity.
You get
It's
them when they're
sweet,
like
and you get
super
little
real.
tones. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And
Nice
you
fruity sativa.
spaceman, you said you like what do you like? You like fruity gas too?
Literally, dude. I love the funky, the nasty, they're better. Like
Yeah.
Like
seriously,
grandpa's breath?
I'm 45. Dude. I've never had any of the breasts or any of the Mentos or the peanut butters or any of that, but that's all in that GMO crazy nasty family there. And
I got some GMO.
I like
and
some
she's
nasty
funky.
shit, dude. Like
I always
remember
get
back
a
in the
little
days-
excited when I get lucky enough to find a pheno that's got a baby shit terp. Because
I've
not
never
only
had
had
baby
that.
shit. I'm waiting for it.
I haven't had
Not
it.
only is it the most delicious vanilla with hints of caramel, I get to gross out the old lady in the process, and it's a win-win.
Whoa.
I love how you had this
sometimes
nice
you gotta
description for
terrorize.
it. Oh my
Sometimes you
God.
gotta terrorize them a little bit.
It's a vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean.
So, Spaceman, also, do you know who Eric Nugshots is? Like Eric Christensen?
Hell yeah, dude.
I know. I'm gonna just show up the book real quick. You know,
Yeah.
I know you know that book.
I bought that book. It's fucking
Hey.
amazing too. That dude, man. He's one of the OGs doing this. I don't know anybody that he's probably the main guy. There's a few that I would say are main, but he's and those guys all do the black stuff too, man. Like there's a couple of those guys that all do the black background shit, you know, but like they're just that's a whole
If you
nother
guys
level. That's where I will be
ever get
eventually. I'm gonna be
lucky
doing
enough,
those macros eventually, but just need some more cash to get the right setup
The
on
stabilizers.
if
Those
you guys
dude,
ever
you see
get
some of these
lucky
setups they
enough
got, dude?
to
They're
get
insane.
asked to be a Fast Buds tester and you do good enough with it, eventually, because I used to do it with a red background, that's what I liked. But they will eventually ask you, hey, can you please start doing your stuff with the black background?
Yeah, they sent me the whole photography thing.
Yeah.
Because now
Please delete.
Yeah.
Please have like the main cola shots. Please have the side.
Are they really?
Yeah, there's
give
like
me
a
a
little criteria sheet that they give
That's
me.
funny.
Yeah.
No, she didn't give me that list, but the reason she came to me was to take photos. Like that's what she wanted. She wanted my photos.
It's like they said high resolution photos. Basically they want you with their gear, this and that, the 420 pots, you know, the scissors.
I want it to be like
that.
branded.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, I when you see that, I love the obviously some of my photos are the ones that are on their site, but I love that.
I'm on the
style.
Gorilla Cookies auto
so
one like 6 times.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's just so much cooler when it's like you can see the same vibe throughout the whole.
Yeah,
and that was like when I started my page,
together.
or when I started taking it seriously. My whole thing was to make the whole page something. I wanted it all to have a similar vibe. I stopped sharing contests and giveaways and stupid shit on my page. My page is like I always thought of it as like a thing living on its own too, you know.
Yeah,
right. So I try to think about
You've
that. When
always
I'm doing
had some tight work though, Spaceman.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, dude, it drives me crazy trying to pick and do it. Like it's a level of stress, but it's also it's very rewarding when you look at them because I do it for myself just as much as being able to like hear other people say what they think about them. But like I do it like 2/3 of the photos in my phone probably don't even make it out. That's how I take a fucking way too many, man. Way too many. Yeah. But then the hard part is picking. And then picking which one goes first, and then picking what music to put underneath it. And yeah, there's a whole high level of stress to keeping doing this every single day. But when you go back and look at them, it definitely I still love it, dude. Love it.
Yeah.
So
What
Have you guys had any? So I just got the Fast Buds. Can you guys tell the edible kicked in a little bit? So
what milligram?
have you got? It's Chinese arithmetic to me.
Chinese.
I got this redhead kid. We
Yeah.
can get some your way. We can do like a little testimonial.
Metric
on camera,
systems
whatever.
all jumbled up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even PH. Shout out, Scotty.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But you guys tried any of the Fast Buds Photo Femmes, like Zero Ruderellas?
No.
I just
No,
got
she asked me about them.
a handful of
Inquired
strains.
back about it.
So that's going to be something I got coming out soon.
Are you growing all of those, or are you growing just a couple, or what?
I don't know. We'll see. I got to start getting stuff popped here, so we'll see what germinates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate
But
asking for stuff that I
big
can't
sh-
get to. You know, I don't want to like,
Right.
here, send this to me, and then
No, it's going to be tonight.
you know.
It's going to be tonight, Heather. I promise.
No, I'm not saying that
Heather,
you're not getting to it. I'm
We
saying
love
that's
you.
why I haven't asked for them. You know,
Hey,
like,
I already popped all the ones they sent me. I was like,
oh yeah.
all auto run. Let's go. Mephisto,
What
420 Fast Buds. Let's rock.
What did you get? Which ones you get?
The papaya cookies, the pound cake, and then the sour
Oh,
jealousy.
the sour. That's what you said earlier. So
Yeah.
you got them.
Yeah,
as they
sour
were already
jealousy is
named,
really
right?
nice.
Yeah, I
It's
got them in the
cool
little
knowing
clear
the
baggies.
names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
little,
it's nice
the little
knowing.
dime baggies with the
Yeah.
little permanent marker with
Yep.
the names
Yeah.
on
Hell
each
yeah.
baggie. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
all those that are coming out right now, like all the ones you guys just talked about. I actually had all those as numbered testers.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
how I know
as
these numbers.
as they got released, I found out this is sour jealousy, this is
Yeah.
apple strudel, this is lemon cherry
Yep.
cookies.
Yeah. See, I didn't try none of that. See,
Yeah.
I felt special though when a company sends me
It's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
food for free.
Oh,
and
but see,
from,
dude,
from all
here-
the way over there in a DVD case, not
In a
in their
DVD
brand
case,
and
that makes
stuff.
it
You
even
know,
cooler.
I was just
Here's
like,
the
I
thing,
felt like
though,
I
bro.
was a somebody.
Now
I was
that-
like, "Aw."
now that you got your foot in the door when they
Yeah.
need stuff, especially once you post like good pictures, once you
Yeah.
get your foot in the door with Heather and Fast Buds, all them,
and they're
like
so
they'll
nice.
just wait because like they're gonna reach out to you like consistently now.
Yeah.
So like where you're saying you got those, watch what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Hey,
Next
hey,
time
I
you're
love
gonna get
popping beans.
numbered testers.
I popped so many beans. I was like, God damn, I got 11
That's sort
of
of what
these
happened to
things.
me too. She sent me the previous years that were already named,
Yeah.
and then the next year I got the whole set
Mhm.
of testers. That's sort of how it works.
Oh,
with me,
nice.
too.
And it's
Awesome.
completely blind testing, like all the information
Yeah.
you have, basically like a
No, it's
SKU
awesome,
number,
yeah.
like something you'd see on like a barcode.
Yeah.
See, I do all my
Yeah.
stuff on Grow Diaries. I document all my seed to harvest on Grow Diaries. That's why I want to kind of get these pictures right. And
I
this is
wish I
kind of
did because all my
helping me.
stuff would still be there.
Yeah.
I wish I did too.
That's it,
I
dude. It's
know.
my account's been there for 2.5 years, I think
Nice.
now. So all my seed to harvest diaries that I've documented on there are still
That's
on
awesome.
there. I just wish I could have got the pictures better, since I've progressed as I've
Yeah,
gotten
but you'll
better
see
as
the
a grower
progression
too.
as you go,
Yeah.
which is even better.
Yeah,
It'll
as you
show
keep
you
going.
like, holy it'll mean that much more when you get them to where you
Oh,
like
yeah.
them, you know?
Or you can look back at that. So it's kind of like mile markers, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude.
Because
Yeah.
like I was actually, this was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Mhm.
It was actually kind of funny. Chubbs just got this like pizza oven. So I was trying to find this pizza crust that I made from scratch like 3 or 4 years ago. I had to go back in my Google Photos. But like I saw all the way back to like some of my first grows. And I was like, damn, like I thought this was good. Like this, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of
Oh,
funny.
yeah, like,
Where you're
That's
like,
funny.
oh my God, like I got to harvest. I got
yeah,
this like
yeah.
ounce and 3/4 off of this autoflower. This is so great. But but
But
once
it was
you
great because it was
evolve over
yours and you did it.
years,
It was
and then
yours.
you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back, you can
Exactly.
really see how far you've come, like how far you've advanced, how far you've evolved as a grower.
I still have in my phone one of my my very first tent when I used to be able to get 5 into a 4x4. You know, back then.
I used to
when
put
5
9.
had all this room.
Nine?
Yeah,
What,
you
9
know,
3 gallons?
I could have put a bunch of more
Let's
in
go.
there. It's like this my little Mayhew from Alibaba Lights and my wrinkly ass
Alibaba.
Vera son Vera that was what is the I can't think of it. What's the other big one? Vera, is it Vera something? The green and
Vivo
black
Sun.
company. Vivo
Sun.
Vivo Sun.
I
Yeah,
I
got a
still
couple
have
of
a Vivo Sunlight.
I do too. I got my closet lit up with some Vivo Sunlight.
They
Yeah,
seem like they stepped it up.
they got
man.
a
They
fan
seem
in the
like
middle
they
of the
stepped
light.
up.
I got
I got it.
I got a 240 watt light from them. I can kill with it. I know how to use it. I'm dialed in with it. It still works. And sometimes I'll use it as like a backup light, but at the same time, it runs hot. So like if I have that thing on a 3x3, not only do I need a 4-inch exhaust, at least 2 fans in the 3x3 tent, I also need another inline fan to suck in air from my lung room to keep a 3x3 under like 90, 100 degrees. And that's with everything else pretty much like fully cranked. So
it's a quantum board style, right?
Yeah.
Those things were pretty hot, dude, for sure.
Yeah. What kind of setup? I kind of want to ask both of you guys, Canna, Alicia, and Spaceman Grow. What kind of?
I just had a burning piece of weed hit me in the back of the throat.
Sorry. Let me do ladies first. What kind of setup do you like to run, Canna, Alicia? Like tent wise, grow style. What do you really got going on? Growing on, actually.
What you got growing on?
Yeah. There's 2 of us, and we have a.
We'll quiet down enough for you.
Yeah,
that's right.
A 4x4 and a 5x5 and a 2x4.
Oh.
And in the 4x4, and well, we have a 2x2 too as well, but we only break that out when we do clones. But in the 4x4 and the 5x5, we have HLG R spec lights. I had another light in my 2x2, but it died. So we had to move everything into another tent because I just don't have the money right now to buy another light for that. But so we have those, and I water it, or I use soil growing. And,
do you hand water?
Butt chug.
Butt chug. Butt chug, hell yeah! I'm a butt chugger. Hey, I'm a newbie butt chugger.
I'm a butt chugger.
Hell yeah!
Butt chugger. Hell yeah!
Yeah, the Autopots. Yeah, I remember that. What Spaceman? What kind of tents? What kind of lights? What's going on?
Basically the AC Infinity tents. I got a 4x4, a 2x2. I got the Evo 8 and the 4x4 and the Evo.
I got an Evo 8 and a 5x5.
2x2. Yeah, that's. I see. I got the. I like to size up with my lights. I like to get the 5x5 lights and the 4x4 because they go side to side, like literally. There's like no room.
I moved, so the building that I live in, I more had the power grid in mind. Like I moved here from new construction, so that was a whole different story. But that's why I kind of planned accordingly. I actually just recently had to bring back air conditioning unit to Home Depot because it was too big. So now I got 2 8,000 smart BTUs, but I tried to pull off an 8,000 and a 14,000, and that thing didn't work for more than. And you know how much fun it is to return something to Home Depot without a box?
You got rid of the box already?
Joy.
Yeah, because I took it out of the box because it's like garbage. Get it out of the. It was like the little immigrant in the back of my head.
I'm always afraid to
get rid of
those big boxes until I know for sure. You know, anytime.
Well, because the cat's jumping on it, it's like blocking.
Yeah.
The cat,
but if they take it back
it's like
without it,
cardboard. Get out. I clean with the garbage can. I throw away debit cards. I've thrown away money before. I've thrown away money. Like I tell my wife, like if it's paper, keep it away from me because you know where it's going.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
But she's the administrative branch. I'm more of the judicial. You see what I'm saying? So
the cat's the executive.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Carries out the law.
He's running shit for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But you know, that's actually a good sign of leadership is delegation.
Yeah, that's the truth.
What was that? Sorry, what did you say?
I keep my boxes because we've moved so many times in the last 6 years. It's like,
oh man,
we break them down and then because I don't know, I like having the original box. Yeah, but I know it takes It takes up
And
room,
can
but
probably relate with me on this one. We have relatives that have rooms in their house you're not allowed to walk in because they got certain like patterns in the carpet and all the fucking furniture is covered in plastic.
Yeah.
And there's like
Oh,
china
man,
cabinets
yeah.
of plates
Yeah,
you're never
yeah,
allowed to
yeah.
eat off of. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
will get
Why?
smacked in the back of the head with like a sandal or
Yep.
a rolling pin if you try to stray in there.
Yeah, that little table with all the family pictures with the old black and white
Don't
pictures
even
that
walk in
never
there.
been moved.
Yeah,
Ain't
don't
been
even
moved
look
in
in
20
there.
years.
Walk in
Yeah.
there because you're going to disturb the pattern vacuumed into the carpet.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, dude. So I got the two by two, 4x4.
Okay.
I have my 4x4 as my main tent. I do auto pots with cocoa.
How big are your auto pots?
So I just got the normal XLs because I'm able to use my if you've seen my photos, you see the colored pots I use, those otter
Yeah.
grow bags. That's sort of
That's
man.
cool.
When I first started growing, I got one gallon because they're expensive, dude. I got one gallon for a grow off, and then once I had one, I'm like, man, I gotta. The next time I got two, and then I got two more where I can finally have a tent. And then I got cool with him, and he's been taking care of me for the last couple of years. But
That's
so now I
awesome.
got a whole bunch of honor bags, just pretty badass. But they fit perfectly in my auto pots, and he actually made these bags for us that were so the 3 gallons fit perfectly, and he basically took the same bag and made it taller and put like a more airy bottom, so it would butt chug a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then it was a little bit taller, just to give it a little bit more space. But honestly, I'm doing I've been using the 4s for a while, and I got a 3-gallon one right now, and it's doing just fine. Those auto pots, dude, like
Yeah.
they feed themselves. They do their own thing, and 3 gallons is honestly enough. Like it really is. Like I'm not missing anything on the one that's 3 gallons.
Yeah.
So I do
Yeah.
cocoa there with salts. I use Athena blended. And then my other tent is my sort of experimental. Like last run, I did the grow bucket. Scotty sent me over a grow bucket with grow dot. My first try turned out excellent.
Scotty hooked it up, huh?
Yeah.
Shout
Dude,
out,
yeah,
Grow
no,
Dots. Love
dude,
that stuff.
Scotty and the
I use
boys.
that too.
that setup works, dude. That setup works good. I had to modify it because they have it set for a 2, and the way that like I'm used to with my auto pots, it's a gravity fed, so it
Yeah.
comes down. Theirs
Yeah.
is not gravity fed. Theirs is sort of different. It's like we're at the level. So there's a
It's got a
res, and then
float
there's
valve.
it's got a float valve, but it's got the res, and it's got the one with the plant in it, and the bottom of it has the hoses that are at the very bottom, but they're level.
Yeah.
So
So it
it
only-
Oh,
basically
you
keeps
got the
level
newer
thing.
version
I
than
got the
what
newest
I
one,
got
yeah.
because I had the
You got the
originals and I
original
grew on them.
buckets. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
they look like
yeah.
nice,
I
like
had the
planters.
Scotty buckets.
Yeah, and mine are still semi not finished, I think, because I got this big old like bumper sticker that says real buckets on it. I've seen some of the newer ones had a little bit more sleek
Yeah.
like a little bit of sticker, because a bumper sticker on a round thing it doesn't stick perfectly. It looks a little goofy, and I wish it looked a little
Yeah.
nicer with the bumper sticker.
Yeah, but you can still
it's
kill in the
cool to
buckets
know that
though.
oh, dude,
You
the
can still
bucket,
kill in the
it
buckets.
it took me, I had to basically modify it for my auto pot. Or for my tent, because I didn't want to cut any holes, so I had to keep everything
Right,
raised up so that hose can go in my tent. And then what I did was I zippered it to the bottom.
Just the 2
So
zippers.
so I go around, so now it comes in the tent through the
Yeah.
zipper, but I just zipper up to it.
So you just
But
got
yeah, I
it
threw a
up
little
off the
shut-off
floor a
valve
little
on
bit.
there. Yeah, just like a couple inches, so they're
Yeah,
level, because if they're not
right.
level, it won't work right. But
Maybe even
yeah,
like
I
a
grew
little
an awesome plant.
riser or something.
Yeah, basically I'm just using my
Plant
risers.
riser.
Yeah, basically risers and like whatever random other stuff that boosts it up to get that level. It took me a little bit of experimenting, and I messed.
Phone book, whatever.
Well, the
I've
first
seen
time
people
I
use
did it,
pallets.
yeah. I used freaking milk crates for shit, all kinds of
Yep.
stuff, dude. But
Yeah.
like the first time I did it, the water level was like this. It was going up into the little neti pot, and you can't do that. It's supposed to have like this much water, so then the roots can come down into it, not so it can be up
Yeah.
into the neti pot. So I had to
Okay.
do some adjusting and some experimenting before I was doing all that experimenting before I put a plant in it. It's just sort of like running it and letting
That's
water
smart.
sit in it and then coming back the next day. and seeing. Actually, I take that back. I
Do a
did
little dry
some
run.
experimenting,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
put it in, and it ran really hot with my plant, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. So then I did more experimenting without the plant to make sure I got it low enough.
Okay.
But once I got
Sometimes
it,
you gotta
dude,
do a
it's
little
great
dry
system.
run, just make
Yeah,
sure you're dialed
exactly.
in.
But
It's like
a
even if
great
you get like a
system.
new tent or something, I'll let the thing run for like at least 12 hours before I put plants in it,
Yeah,
just to
you'd be
make sure that
surprised
it's
what
not
can
like at
change stuff.
105 or
Yeah, for real. The littlest thing that you change or move can make the biggest difference in your numbers. And you're like, what the hell did I do differently?
Yeah.
Like, why is
Yep.
this like
I
this?
like my AC Infinity self water and bases or
I've
whatever.
never used those.
I
I
but
got
it's a
some of those in the
it's a similar
10 gallon.
concept, dude.
They're dope.
That's
I like
what
them.
I was about to use
I've seen
until
some good
my
runs
Thank
with
you,
them.
CC
fucking
420.
light fell on top of my plants coming
Love
back from the
CC.
cup.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out CC 420. She grew some big old autos with them things, man. These auto flowers,
Yeah.
I forgot I could knock you out with them.
Does she trim up her roots? I've heard of people growing with those. They said they had to continuously the decent successful ones. It seems like they had to continuously
I don't think so.
prune their roots and shit.
I think Alicia, do you know a little bit more about
You
if she
use those
does
too?
any of that?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm not sure if what she,
Yeah, it's
if
a
she
cool,
does or
simple
not.
ass system, dude. It doesn't get much any simpler than that.
The people say though, like at the end when they go to harvest, like all them roots like go down into that tray and kind of lock in that tray, and you got to kind of like peel all that out and clean it out real good because roots get kind of crazy down there. I guess
Roots are nuts, dude. Roots are freaking crazy, man.
Yeah.
I've
They get
had
wild.
They're gonna find their
the
source.
roots break the little netty
Yeah.
cups. I did. So I ran in the real buckets, the original ones, like the OG ones. But I also did something. I had like a DIY one where like I made them myself, but I had like a 2-foot section of PVC pipe going down into it. I had like little mini air stones and stuff in them. But on that one, I actually the roots with that mini air pump actually broke. Like it just
really
destroyed the neti pot.
Wow.
And by the time I finally took the bucket out of the bucket, it was like blown out. It looked like it got hit with a 40 cal.
Damn.
Yeah, they're wild, man. They're freaking wild.
It sounds it.
Hydroponics.
Oh, dude,
Form of hydroponics.
It's all look at all these different forms of the butt chugging, though, dude. They all kick ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trippy. Like when I first started using the auto pots, it was hard to trust that this is gonna work. It was opposite of everything I had learned. I had hand watered for freaking 2 years every single.
If I got a pH, it's not worth it to me. So cocoa is out of the question. But I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
I pH even my
I still pH
even my organics because my water is almost a 9. So
I come out of tap 7.0, so that's how I'm able to get away with. Oh, Chicago City water.
See, I use that.
Is there a better city in the entire world? Chicago City water.
I use that when I'm not using my grow
Lake
dot.
Michigan, baby.
You know, I use grow dots with auto flowers. Sometimes I use them with photos.
Man. It was hard
I play
to
with
trust
both
too. But
yeah,
it works.
I'll do a tent full of grow dots, and then a tent I'd use my foop, and then I kind of just see what Sometimes I love foop. Foop's awesome. It's easy. It's kind of like Canna A and B. It's just a 1-2 with veg and a sweetener, and then same with Bloom 1-2 and a sweetener. And then I hit it with the Winter Frost.
Grow dots.
Yeah, not as easy. Yeah,
What was your results with those? Because mine, it made it all the way through, even though I didn't. I was wondering, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? But it freaking it made it.
Yeah.
What's that with the grow dots there?
The grow dots, yeah. I whatever he sent in the
I
have little ones, and I just use it all.
It's not often, okay? It's not often, and the majority of the time that I use grow dots, I use them for autos, so it's usually fine. Like I actually
for the
usually
time period,
have,
that's about.
I usually have the opposite problem to where my autos are going a little too long, but then that's when I'll use something like Winter Frost to turn the grow dots off.
Yeah, you can turn it off. Yep.
However, when I run short, like I start to see little deficiencies. What I actually like to use, I always key, and this is something that I buy off of Amazon. This one's not a sponsor whatsoever. Sometimes I'll kind of use that raw bloom booster. is
Yeah.
like a or not bloom booster, just the raw bloom as a bloom booster, but it's like mild. I think it's like 744. I don't know. Don't ask me about numbers, but whatever the raw bloom
I
powder
think
is.
I may have.
Sometimes I'll use that to beef up the dots a little
Yeah.
bit, and then I'll use that with like
You can use
black
that too.
strap molasses.
And
Yeah,
just it's
I
a
did
foliar
some
spray.
foliar with my grow dots. I did do foliar and during veg. I did do that.
I mean,
and I
it's-
did give them PK boosters once or twice because I was like getting antsy. I'm like, what if it don't make it? I got to give it more. But I did it a couple times, and I'm like, I fought it, and I'm like, fuck it, and I poured it in. Let's do it.
That's like with the grow dots. That's what I use. Like if I see something's lacking, I'll just spray that foliar feed that like right before lights on or something. Let it dry, you know, and bang, it brings it right back. If the grow dots are lacking, because I like to medium rate when I use grow dots. I haven't really. I just now did feed with the grow dots this go round.
I do a tablespoon per gallon.
That's kind
I
of
got one of those like kitchen tablespoon things if you're like baking or something. So one,
that's what I did. I did
3,
two. I used
4,
2 though.
5.
I was using two per gallon. I was using 5-gallon pot.
wow.
I want to go down to
What do they
3-gallon
recommend?
pot.
Like, what's the recommended per gallon?
They got like 2. They got a medium,
Tablespoon per
single.
gallon.
Yeah, they got like a level
That's like
1, 2,
standard?
and 3. Yeah.
Okay.
The high rate is 3 tablespoons or teaspoons per gallon. The
Yeah,
medium,
2's probably safe then. Yeah, I think 2 right
Yeah.
in the middle. That's what I would do probably.
It worked out well on the photos.
I don't know what I remember on the grow dots. At least this was a while ago because I do know they've come up with like some updates on them. But the recommended dose for grow dots, and this is actually what I've gotten from Scotty, just do a tablespoon per gallon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
I was just going by the packet. It's got like
Well, I
you
know
buy the
they
bigger
got-
bag. The bigger bag, it'll
Yeah.
have like the medium rate, and
They
it'll
got
tell
some
you per
different
gallon of
ones
medium.
now, though. They got some like
Yeah, I feel like it's a
what's it
living,
called?
breathing product. They keep adjusting as everybody gives them more feedback.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
But they got
Yeah.
extended release now too for
Yeah,
like people
yeah,
who are doing
yep.
like the longer
The vegging longer,
strains,
yeah.
some
Yeah.
more of the
Outdoor,
sativas, outdoor, great
Yep.
application for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah,
ever
it's a cool
used
product,
grow
dude. Very
dots?
cool.
Ken and Alicia?
Yeah, with the autos, we always
Nice.
put them in there.
Did you have good success with them?
So far, yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
had any issues or noticed anything negative from
That's
using
good.
them.
Awesome.
And it seems to
Can't
last
beat that, dude,
the
for real.
perfect amount of time for the auto to mature. So
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah.
Pro tip: if you've ever got to turn the grow dots off, go in with sometimes just one application of 10 milliliters per gallon Winter Frost.
Winter
Yeah,
frost.
that's
Good
one thing I
folks
gotta
over at
try
New
one
Millennium.
day, man. That winter.
You
frost
haven't
is-
tried it?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Dude, I
Throwing it
can
out.
Spaceman,
bottle, man. I'll try it.
let's
Yeah.
talk on the side. I actually
Yeah.
think if anything else, I actually have like an extra bottle that I won from some type of like giveaway, but I have
I won
20.
that bottle
I got a
off
ton
of New
of it.
Grove. Yeah, I
talk.
won that
Do you-
bottle. Yeah.
Do you
I
want to
won
try it
that.
out, Spaceman?
I would love to, man.
Dude,
I'm gonna
telling
get
you.
some over to you after
It'll
the
change
show.
your life.
Hit me up. I don't know. We'll figure out like a mailing
Yeah.
situation. I'll
Yeah.
give this
Or yeah, or
redhead
we
kid
could
a
even
kick
hit
in the
you up when
ass.
I'm in
We'll
the
get him
city
to
or
the post
something, you know?
office.
Yeah, or we'll figure it out. Yeah, but I'm in the city. We can go visit my parents. I can maybe head on up there.
Yeah. One way or
Dude.
another.
Dude,
Yeah,
I got
I'm
the
gonna
little
tell you.
bottle I got. I'm gonna put it off to the side for you. It's yours.
I'm gonna tell you right
He's a
now,
man.
man. That shit is awesome. Like
How often you use it?
I won't
like
grow
towards the
without
last
it.
few weeks, or like what's your
last
So
few weeks
here-
before flush. That's how I use it.
Okay, so here's what you want to do.
Whatever
with
you
the
call
Winter
a flush.
Frost.
I do just straight
So-
water towards
So
that.
like the
I
mid,
like-
like right in the middle, like 2 through 5, 2 through 6, maybe something like that. 2
No,
through 7.
no.
No.
I
3
wouldn't.
through
I wouldn't
7?
do that. You want to pretty much get your buds at full size because they're not going to fatten up after you hit it with the
Okay.
Winter Frost. So what I actually look for, because I go off of my my pistols more than my trichomes. So I actually wait and look at my buds. And when all of my pistils have fully matured, meaning, the right pistils where they're orange, they're red, they're like basically no more white pistils. That's when I'll go in with the Winter Frost. Sometimes all you really need is one application. Sometimes I'll do a week
really?
where I'll hit it
3.
with 2 applications, but at the same time, to make the Winter Frost more to where you get more bang for your buck, to where it's more effective, you want to allow for a full dry back after you hit the application of Winter Frost, because what it is, it's basically cueing plant senescence. So it mimics a frost. It mimics when the cold weather starts to roll in. So it's signaling to the plant to basically stop uptaking nutrients and start to get the fall colors.
I wonder if there's a similar.
If you ever got
technology
something
fade
that's a little too long to catch a fade, you can use it
the
in
Athena fade. It's a similar. It's
Same thing.
meant to do a
I've
similar
never
Same
used
thing.
it.
It's the same thing. It's whenever
it
you want to shut
transfers
that
over.
plant down. You know,
But
whenever you
I
look at your trike
do know
and
this,
you're ready,
though.
shut her down. That shuts her down.
With the
You're like,
New
"It's
Millennium,
done."
rather than the Athena, though, the benefit that you're getting with New Millennium, it's doing other plant functions. So you can actually get, for people that like to press, people that like to wash, you can actually get, I know
I
it's
didn't even
been
think about
documented, anywhere from 20 to 30% more oil increase in your plant.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
it
it's
does.
not just a
And
finisher.
trike.
It's not just
Yeah.
a senescer. It's not just bringing out the fall colors
It
even more. It's
frosts it
not
up.
signaling to the plant, shut it down. It's about time
Juice
to go
these heads
home.
up.
You're actually pulling more oil from
Yep.
deep within inside the plant.
Resin production.
And
is
that's
what
what's
they say.
actually getting you high. That's where your THC, that's where your active ingredients coming from. It's not coming from fan leaves. It's not coming from buds.
What does
Jaron
says? What are we? Jaron from the Jug Dealers, New Millennium. He says we're oil farmers. You know,
Yeah.
No, for real.
we're not. You know, we're there for
that's
the
where your
oil production.
comes from. That's where your potency comes from.
And that stuck with me. I like that. That dude was super smart. Like, you ever
I just
watch
met him
Jug
recently.
Dealers? Yeah.
He's the same guy in
Go
person
follow
that he
him.
is on any show you've ever seen him on.
And he
I
talks
just
so
met him at the
fast
Cup.
and clear. He's like one of those dudes that can spit out information fast, like a road runner, but clear, and you understand him. Like, and
I think he's from
scientific, too.
Missouri.
Like,
If I'm not, I mean, I don't know. I think he's
I'm
from
not
Missouri
sure.
originally.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even know.
He's got the little Missouri twang going on.
He's a fast talker, and he's like, it's quick, and he just clear, and you
Dude's
understand. Him and Gabe are awesome, and
too.
Grambo puts it together. And of course, they're.
I had Jaron gift me some of the unicorn poop that he had grown.
Nice.
It's like, here, try out some of my stuff. Like, oh my god!
Cool.
Like I kind of fanboyed out for a second. He gave me
bet.
like the jars. He gave me the jar spin and everything. I got like the full Jaron presentation. And
That's
he gifted
awesome.
me some weed, and I held on to it for like a month, dude.
That's so dope. Oh, look at that.
Now that's probably, man, I'm getting blasted with this freaking
Yeah,
sun.
Hey,
It's like
for those
shining
people
through.
who don't know, Spaceman is actually live on the scene. That's where those birds are coming from. That is,
Can you hear the birds?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
he can actually climb that tree behind him if he wanted to.
Spaceman. I mean, he's kind of giving Mama Kush a run for her money right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no way.
Well, that is
Oh
a nice
my
plate,
God,
though.
there
She's
ain't-
got
there
it.
ain't
I
nobody
know.
can mess with that, man.
Yeah. Hey. Dude,
Mess with her back there.
yeah.
Talk about jealous, dude. Woo.
Yeah. Hey.
That's badass.
Goals, dreams. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the trees, but
Aspirations?
man, I'll
Yeah,
also take
all
that beauty she's got behind her, man.
I'd
Where
rather
are you
be on
at
a
right
beach.
now, Spaceman? You want to tell people?
We're near it's in Seneca, Illinois. It's near Starved Rock. If you're in Illinois, you probably know what Starved Rock is. It's out,
It's like a national park or something.
it's a national park with like Illinois River goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some like old I don't know the full story behind it, but it's some
I
kind
think
of
it connects
like
to the
battle,
chain of
Indian
lakes
battle or something. I'm not sure. I'm imagining the Illinois River does a lot of connecting
Maybe.
shit.
I could be wrong.
Should know that. But no, but
I think it might connect to the chain of lakes.
Oh yeah.
We can
Okay.
neither confirm nor deny. But hey, let me take a second here. This tent ain't for camping. Do you got
What's up?
any big announcements? Maybe a big move, big
Oh,
thing
shit.
you got cooking up over there?
Hey, yeah, well, me and Mr. Cortez the Conqueror here, we've been talking, and I'm gonna be coming out with a new channel, Sunday Sesh on Sunday mornings, probably around 8 o'clock, or not 8 o'clock, 11 p.m.
Oh, that's a
Or
big
11 a.m. 11 a.m. Let's try this again. 11
Hold
a.m.
on, we'll start over. Hold on, we'll start
Okay.
over.
All right. All right. All right. Well, me and Mr. Cortez the Conqueror here been talking, and I'm be coming out with a new channel on YouTube called Sunday Sesh at 11 a.m. on Eastern Time. So I'm be interviewing growers, breeders, home growers, whoever, just talking, shooting shit, going over everything, kind of like how we did today a little bit, you know?
Most
And
definitely.
I just
We got-
like want to talk to
already got-
everybody and see kind of everybody's input. That's all. Kind of get
We've
their
got a
little.
couple guests locked in already too.
Yeah,
So
I know. Hey.
Spaceman, this will be, well, I won't say this is the last episode of Conversations with Cortez, but next recording, so maybe in a week or two after this airs, we've got Joof and the Beanstalk lined up. That one's going to be here on my YouTube channel while Ant gets the other channel together. But the following episode is going to be Chubbs from Fast Buds. I just got that locked in this morning. So Chubbs is going to be the first interview on the new channel. But the next episode after this one is going to be us co-hosting, and it's going to be with Joof and the Beanstalk, the madman out of upstate New York.
I can't wait for that. Yeah. Hey, it's going to be exciting, you know.
Very
kind of, I'm not with that Canna Brothers co-host anymore, unfortunately. I won't get into all that. But hey, one door closes and another one opens, and sometimes it's meant for the best, and people understand that sometimes, and it is what it is. On to new horizons, as they say. I'm excited.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to kind of blaze your own path.
Exactly. And I got my own vision, and it's kind of exciting too. And having talked to Cortez here and just talking to a lot of people in the community, it's been awesome because everybody is always so welcoming, of course, as everybody knows, you know, and that's what makes this journey even better, because you feel kind of close to people, even though we're so far away in different places and
that's one of the
different
dopest
situations
things about the cannabis community.
I know, and it's heartwarming at times, and it doesn't matter what background you're from, and we all come together and talk about this plant and
like everybody's
rejoice.
so reachable though. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
that's what
if
I mean.
you guys had questions about like some of the stuff we talked about on photography with Spaceman, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to be like an automatic reply, but like we're people that even though you see us on this podcast here, like if you guys have questions, we will get back to you eventually. I mean, if I don't follow you, you're going to go to my requested messages. So it might be like 2 or 3 days before I even realize. So like, you know, don't take any feelings behind that. But like I answer every message that I get on Instagram. That's one thing I can tell you guys about me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I agree.
But guys,
it's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, no,
my phone was dying. I'm like, oh no.
You all right?
Get my charger.
No, it's okay, but
keeping these damn devices charged is a crazy.
Yeah.
we're
I
a
know.
little over an hour now, so we were just kind of wrapping it up anyways. But
Yeah.
do you want to take the floor for a minute, Ken Alicia? Do you want to shout
Please do.
out your social medias? Let us know who you are. Let the people know where they can find you, some of the stuff you're working on.
I have an Instagram, Canna, _ Alicia. Same thing with YouTube. You'll find me moderating for Homegrow the Community Wednesday and Friday nights.
Yes.
Friday nights is
Shout
Garden.
out.
Shout out Homegrown the Community, big time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And also, I'll moderate To Be Blunt podcasts as well.
Nice.
So there's
Oh.
2 places you'll see me.
Awesome.
And then,
Look at
that's
you.
pretty much
I
it.
didn't
Just
know that.
take
That's
pictures
awesome.
and- yeah. I mean,
Very
easy.
cool.
And,
All right,
and you're an
Spaceman.
awesome grower too.
Did you have anything you wanted to plug on the way out, or anything that was coming up?
Spaceman grown everywhere. Instagram, X. I do have a channel up there. I should start posting more because I know that has a little more freedom. YouTube, there is a channel up. Please subscribe. There will be content up there soon-ish. We're redesigning the Spacement now. Hopefully, I'll be able to have places I can record a little bit more freely. Right now, we're in a basement that's pretty cramped, and it's in the laundry area, so it's like never a very nice thing for me just to have cameras rolling, except for scenes that I set, which is why all my photos are in nice little perfect spots. But yeah, so Spaceman grown everywhere. Here in Instagram, it is underscore at the end because the overlords at Instagram deemed our plant evil and stole my 3 years of my life from me. So that may be back at one day, but for now, it's Spaceman Graham. I probably should have put the underscore on this little labeling thing. I'll just do that next time. But yeah,
Don't worry, I'll have links for everybody in the
Cool.
description down below. So.
Sounds good.
Of course.
All right, until next time, guys.
So thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, guys.
Easy.
Alrighty, guys and gals. Y'all have a great Sunday.
Good night. Yeah.
Good night.